Yes, indeed, family. Peace, love, and light. This is an impromptu episode of Freestyle Fridays, and hell no, we ain't on here rapping. All right. This is a Freestyle Fridays. We freestyling and we free flowing with the content. There's way too much going on in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? We had to have a not a last minute, you know what I'm saying, but a very impromptu conversation. All right. So I know that this is unexpected. I'm gonna let y'all get your bearings together, settle in, get in the room, tell a friend to tell a friend. We are broadcasting live and direct here on a Friday night, on a Friday evening. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure that everything is okay on my end. Let me know if the audio is good. Audio good. Give me a thumbs up, please. Let me know, y'all. Audio is good. Excellent. All right. Let me send this message out on FB, on IG. Give me 1 second. All right. So we in the building. Audio was good. All right. Video was good. I vote remote viewing and astral projection. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to all the remote viewers and astral projectors in the world. All right. Okay. Let me go to the lines and open it up for our guests for the evening. Let me unmute. Peace.
Yo, what it do?
Peace to the God. How you?
I'm good. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
What's up with it?
How you?
Friday,
You know
Friday special though.
Friday special. You know what I'm
Caught him
saying?
off guard with it.
Caught him
Caught him
off
off
guard.
guard.
You know?
Yeah.
Caught him off guard with it. You know, family. Was gonna name this "What the Fuck Fridays," but there's a lot going on in the world.
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't wait to Tuesday, so you know, we
All right.
felt that it was necessary and needed. You know what I'm saying, for us to make this impromptu,
Yeah, why not?
pit stop on a Friday evening in
Yeah,
your
why
living
not?
rooms and chop it up with the people, see where your head is at. It's a lot
Yeah.
going on in the world. You know, we might share something this Friday evening that might save you this weekend. You know,
Yeah, catch the people off guard on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Give them some good game, you know what I mean?
give them some good game on a Friday night. You dig what I'm saying? But what's good with you, man? How you been?
Man, I'm good, man. Life is good. Daddy mode, life mode, growing, observing, living. Uh, Life is good, bro. It really is.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
You know,
That's a beautiful thing. You know
like
what I'm
like,
saying?
like
Because
my daddy.
everybody, everybody can't confidently say that.
Yeah. I know they can't. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm starting. I'm plotting and planning and strategizing. You know what I'm saying? So the shit that's happening to me, it's been planned out. You know what I mean? I'm moving a certain type of way to get a certain type of results. You know what I'm saying? Playing the game for real on purpose. So,
On purpose.
yeah, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not accidental. We read all the books already, boo. We soaked up all the game, heard all the lyrics, heard all the movies, know all the conspiracies. At this point, as much as possible, we should be in super control. Everything else is just up to nature and shit and personal magnetism. But for the most part, you should get the things you're thinking about at this point. You know what I'm saying? If you want to win, you're gonna win. If you wanna fuck around, your thumb up your ass, catch a L, that's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, success
Look,
leaves breadcrumbs. You know,
and you know that's just as much as your decision as winning.
for
You feel
sure.
me? And we need to talk about that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of conversations that are going on in the world that seem to get you away from that truth, that reality. That if you winning, it's on you. If you losing, that's on you as well. You know what I'm saying? You have made some decisions, or you have put out some energy in this world that has revisited you in an unfavorable way. You know what I mean? And I
Hmm.
think that it's fair to say, through observation, and we can sit back and look at it. We have enough scenarios. We have enough, stack of decks of cards to be like, yo, let me really observe this shit. Like,
I can't. It's all the way up there. I'm not holding.
hello,
Yo, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So, I think that there's enough of that available. You know what I'm saying? For us to purview, for us to take a look at, to be like, my guy, this was really, this was on you. You know what I mean? Either which way the ball bounces at the end of the day, this is on you.
Hmm. I think you got to be a certain kind of character to be able to face that, Blue. You know what I mean? That's the hardest thing in my life, to look at opportunities that I mismanage, and I got to be honest about times that I haven't been ready, times that I dropped the ball, times where I was scared to make a move, and the opportunity was in my face. I haven't always lived by the models of carpe diem. I haven't always seized the day. I have been a procrastinator in my life. I have been a person where I drag my feet on some projects, relationships, opportunities for so mad reasons. Pick a year, and I had a different reason on why I behaved the way I did. Some years it was because of my background. Some years it was because I was black. Some years it was because of the system. I always had an excuse though. You know what I'm saying? Of
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't understand the full magnitude of being an adult, and being the total sole controller of my situation, and saying, however this thing turns out, it's all on me. It's all on me. No matter what system is in play, no matter what's going on in the economy, it doesn't matter. It's all on me. Taking full responsibility. That's a hard thing to do, Blue. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from the background we come from. We come from the background of welfare, and welfare comes with excuses. There has to be a reason why you succeed, why you're not succeeding. It can't just be you and maybe your parents made it wrong. Got to be the white man. Got to be the government. Got to be the church. Oh, it's black women. It's this. It's that. It can't just be yo. You know what? Maybe you are just below average. Period. It can't be that. So it's a hard thing to just sit up there and
I
raise your hand
mean,
and be like, yo, that's all on me, man.
do you think, coming to the realization, what I'm saying, that one might be below average, is that not a little heavy handed on oneself? Where, you could more easily say, I wasn't ready, or I was scared, or I just wasn't convinced that it was me, that it was my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't drag somebody into success. Like, they really have to be ready and available, even if they're getting really ready and available in the process of. You dig what I'm saying?
I think that's a problem though. I think we coming from a culture that's afraid of pain, that kind of pain. In the a Hell Week in the Navy SEALs, yo, they tie your hands behind your back, throw you and push you, yo. You either gonna die or you gonna swim. And
Right.
that's what the welfare mentality comes with. Of yo, if I'm below average, bro, I want to be told that I'm below average. Don't soften the blow for me. Don't do me like that. Tell me I'm fucking up. If I can't receive that, then that's on me. But you gotta come at me correct. If I'm pulling out bad product, bro, tell me my shit is trash. Don't fit in that. I'm not one of those. You got to figure out the word. Is that the truth? And I'll know based on our relationship if it's love in that shit or not. But I want to be the best, not just the best me. I want to be one of the illest people that ever existed. So in that process, I have to be told the truth about how I'm moving. And I hope that I did at least one thing right and position myself where people that is looking at me have my best interest. So they can tell me, yo, this shit is whack, or you're whack. You're whack, period. And guess what? The cool thing about being below average, you have so much room to now scale now. Sky's the limit for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we're afraid to tell the truth, and we soften the blow too much. Nah, we need suffering language.
We haven't had enough of that.
No.
No.
Hell no. No. Hell no.
You know, I mean, I'm taking into context what you're saying, and I'm playing it out in my mind, and you know, I'm thinking of the times when people came with demeaning language for particular situations, and that never seemed to change anything. Case in point, you know, when hip hop was going through what it was going through, and people was like, man, that shit hop, like the quality of it is just declining. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what it used to be. It's not hip hop, you know. And they found every other excuse to reclassify it and get it away from what we consider to be, you know, artists that gave it their all and put their heart into it and had a love for the culture and what have you. And, you know, in honesty, when you look at it, you're like, well, did that produce better artists per se? You know what I'm saying? Or did it produce a level of complacency with that shit hop where it just became the norm? And then people, they became, you know, they came up with all sort of spiritual edifying reasons for it. Like, well, you know, they're mumbling because they're channeling, you know what I'm saying, the ancient lost language of the demiurge.
See, I think when whoever was giving their critique, when they're critiquing, they're not explaining why outside of a personal bias. So, for example, if you say it's shit hop because it doesn't have instruments in it, that will make sense. Why? Because we know instruments do something to us, right? Or if you said it's shit hop because of the hertz, and then you can explain that to somebody like, yo, the frequency of the music can do this to particular behavior. But if you're calling it shit hop because of a personal opinion, no one's going to listen to that. That's your personal opinion. But the hertz is not a personal opinion. And instrumentation and what it does to the human being is not a personal opinion.
Right.
So I think in people's critique, like, you can't tell me something is trash because you personally don't like it. What the and? But if you tell me it's trash and you relate it to something more objective, then I may be prone to receive that differently, because now I might seek out different forms of music, not just for entertainment value, but for an maybe a healing value or a different value where I, you know what I'm saying, changing my mood, some mood music. But that's just off how you say. If you just complaining, or man, this is trash. Oh yeah, he trash. Okay, why is he trash? Because he is. Well, what kind of explanation is that? Tell me why he's trash. And then if you tell me Young Jeezy's trash and then you put on Curtis Blow, I'm like, come on, fam. Like, you might have a case to contrast with Rakim. But if you tell me the Snowman is whack because he's drug dealing in the music, but you gonna put on Curtis Blow though, I'm like, come on, man. Nah.
Again, you know, going back to what you said, then that's somebody's personal opinion, right? Versus your personal opinion. Because a person could say, you know, they could add context to what they're saying, right? Just like you said, marry it to some level of objectivity. And they're saying, yo, I don't like him because, you know, the nigga's 5, 6 albums deep and he's still talking about the coke gang as if he's with BMF. So I can't really, calibrate my mind to that per se.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know what I mean? Playing basketball might have reminded you, of a different time when you was growing up, merrier days, and it just helps you revisit a whole different memory scape. And Curtis Blow might still be your artist. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
it don't work for you, but for that person, it might work. And I think that might be the issue when we're talking about, what our favorites are, and what I'm saying, when the hip hop list goes out and everyone wants to create competing lists, what I'm saying? It's like, is there any level of commonality to the degree where everyone likes the same thing? You know what I mean? There's gonna be all kind of nuances where a person's gonna be like, I don't really gravitate towards that. And a whole audience could be like, nah, but that's my guy. You don't understand. Like when niggas try to convince me about Eminem, I'm like, I was there. I remember. You feel me? I was there. I remember. But that's not the same artist that we talking about today.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Now you're talking. Well, okay. Now that will be dealing with abstract thought, because abstract thought we will have to be able to put our mind in two places. So if you told me to do my top 20 would be different if you asked me to do the top 20. So my top 20 would be personal favorites.
yes,
And the top 20, it would be based on the industry. And I would do my best to say, what is the top 20? Like Lil Wayne would be in the top 20, but he is not in my top 20.
facts. Yeah.
Right. So I'm objective enough to so that's okay. So when we go to school, Blue, they tell us what to think, but they don't teach us how to think. And abstract thought is a way to think. So it's kind of like the Minority Report, how they have, it's mad different windows. So when I'm thinking of something, it's like 8, 9 different windows of places that I can go. So I use things as vehicles to think. So I'm able to say, give my top 20, and then I can say the top 20. Lil Wayne could rap his ass off, but I can't listen to him. Sounds crazy, right? I know what my ears tell me, like the boy can rap, but I'm not finna play him though, right? Eminem is one of the greatest rappers of all time, but I'm not about to play him. Ludacris is one of the greatest rappers of all time, but I'm not finna play him. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
gonna have a different playlist, and my playlist might not, because Cormega is not one of the greatest rappers of all time, but he's
But he
one of
might be
my
in your
favorite rappers.
right. He might be your playlist.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that's
Right.
abstract thought. Like it's biased. You know what I'm saying? But then like the top 20 is a little more industry and a little more political, and I can separate my bias to understand the pop culture top 20 rapper list. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get it. I get Country Grammar. It sold 10 million records. I get it. Technically, Nelly can rap. If you really listen, he can rap. But
Right.
I'm not going to listen to Nelly. That's not my flow. You know what I'm saying? It's like E40 is in my top 20. But is he in the top 20? No.
Sprinkle me, baby.
Right. But I think abstract thought can help us in so many places, because the reason why, melanated people are considered monolithic is because our minds don't tend to go to different places. We tend to have to all agree. It's this group thought ideal of we have to all think the same thought at the same particular time and be going in the same direction, or it's a problem. Abstract thought will free us free us up from that.
Right.
You know?
Indeed, indeed. Um, you know, there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot
Mhm,
going on in hip hop. You know
mhm,
what I'm saying? As we are talking about hip hop and we're talking about the um the lowering of the bar, you know what I'm saying, and what happens when the bar gets lowered. Um I had a tendency to be observant, of the game and the periods and times in which we lived through. And I remembered, when Big and Pac died, us coming off of this whole Twin Towers anniversary, and 2 days after the tower, we gotta commemorate or acknowledge the passing of Tupac Shakur on the 13th. You know what I'm saying? So there was just a lot of conversations that were revolving around that time period. And I was remembering, when they made transition, and we couldn't figure out where hip hop was headed after that. You know what I mean? Because nobody necessarily wanted to talk too tough, you know, and then Diddy, exploded on the scene, and Shiny Suit era came in, the Jiggy era kicked in. You know what I'm saying? Jigga inserted himself, Jay-Z inserted himself in a particular way. DMX came not too long after that, and then Eminem came, and I remember being observant of the game at that time, and I was like, damn, it's like the game lost its firewall, and the vampires just have invaded. I was on my militant shit, so it was very hard for me to receive Eminem in his full glory.
got you.
you know I kind of seen what was taking place,
Right.
and then hip hop had went through plenty transitions after that. The snap phase, the trap phase, the you name it. Hip hop was metamorphing into a lot of things that were, for some people, unrecognizable. Other people just walked away altogether, and then other people was just like, "Oh, you don't get it because this is now, there's a new conversation going on in the street." You know what I'm saying? And this just might not be your form of rap because you're not part of this conversation. you know and hip hop had became now a recruitment tool, a recruitment vehicle for gangs. You know what I'm saying? And that pretty much, that theme started becoming injected in hip hop, in New York hip hop, around, I want to say around '05, '04, '05. I might be off a little, but with the Dipset, right? I hope I'm not telling nothing. I hope I ain't spilling the beans and shit on something that them folks don't know.
This
But
is public record, bro.
this from what I remember, because I'm
Yes,
trying
it's
to
public record.
revisit my youth and walk this shit, through, because I might have missed something. I might have missed something based on how people have been responding. I might be missing something, but I thought it was clear, according to the public record, that Dipset, in particular, Jim Jones, was responsible for introducing and initiating a wave in New York hip hop that merged the emerging gang street culture into the music. You know what I'm saying? Uh, in particular, the Bloods, all the way to the point where they even brought Lil Wayne into New York, shot a video on the roof of the Carter, and ever since that, he was pretty much bloody after that. I mean, that's kind of like the way that I remember the shit going, you know, and his influence of him introducing that lexicon into the music and that iconography into his image, it kind of propelled a large number of youth, right, who wanted to get with the program. And now, hip hop had become the cultural backdrop to culture itself, because it is pop culture. The kids started gang banging, and I remember that people started getting their faces cut in New York. Arbitrary shit. You know, we hadn't seen terror like that from when I was young, and Decepticons used to run on trains and hit people in the head with hammers and poke them with ice picks and cut them with razors. We hadn't seen that for a while, you know, until the Bloods brought that. So, you know, hip hop had become many things, you know, these past few years as that cycle continued and continued and continued. And you saw more and more rappers picking up the flag and embracing gang affiliations or associations. You saw it with R&B artists. You've seen it with pretty much Black America, you know? So it culminates, you know, and I can't even say it culminates because the latest iteration of it in a particular, because I can't even say the latest iteration of it in this era because that's not even true. The shit has already morphed into something else, you know, with the blue faces and all of that. But about 2 years ago, the hip hop scene was introduced to a character named Takashi 6ix9ine. You know, Daniel Hernandez is what his paperwork say. You know, and hip hop went through something that I don't think, even as a cultural critic, I can exactly put a word to it right now. Like I got to step back a year or two from now once we see the full ramifications of how this thing is going to play out to really give it the eulogy that it deserves. You understand?
Hmm.
Um so, you know, a lot went down this past week when Takashi took the stand and pretty much, you know, two guns out just was blazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what were your thoughts on some of the things that you've seen this past week pertaining to this particular subject?
Wow, man. I can go straight to the extreme. Um, I'm kind of happy. In a weird, sadistic, twisted way. I'm happy because I want the street shit to end. Um, since we don't want to police our own culture in the way that it should be policed, meaning
Right.
preserved, since we let shit go unregulated and unchecked for so long. Hey, yo, Blue, today I heard Trick Daddy on Vlad. I think this was old. His mother his mother had 11 children with 10 men.
Whew.
And his reasoning for why that happened was because they wouldn't let, so because a man couldn't live at the home. So this is why she was running through different men. Now the man couldn't live at the home if you got welfare. And it's not that the man couldn't live at the home. You just made more money if no one worked.
Right. There
Right?
was there was there was an incentive.
There was incentive not to work,
Right.
right? The welfare state, which economists warned Milton Friedman, Thomas Sowell, a few Republicans at that particular time warned people that the welfare state, not because it was crippling Britain too, the welfare would strip humans of their independency. It would strip human beings of their ingenuity because it's other people's money. Yes, life is hard. Yes, you might struggle, but you are going to figure out how to make a way, right? His mother had 11 children with 10 different men, and he became a rapper. All right. That's street culture. That's thug life. That's not gangster. It's thug life. So, why I say I'm a little happy is because since we don't want to police our culture and clean the shit up, now they have to do it. And I hope now that this ideal of the streets can finally be put to death. We need gangsters. We don't need thugs. I'll tell you the difference in a second. But what this does, bro, is it frees regular black people, bro. Where are the regular black people? Where are the black nerds? The black engineers, fam? The black farmers, the black voices that can't be heard. You know why? Because so much attention goes to criminal justice reform. You fucking kidding me? That so is the children that want to play chess, are they gonna get any funding? What about the young clothing makers? So much attention has to go to the street element that we don't want to check. That shit fucked me up. It fucked my friends up. It taught us a bunch of lies. It taught us a bunch of bad habits. And we all chased a bunch of things that weren't real. I'm 35 years old and still correcting all the retarded behavior that I learned from the street. It was retarded and it was lies. And whatever we thought was keeping it real, I know friends that have been locked up since 17 years old.
Right.
Okay. So I'm hoping lock everybody up. Why not? Why not though? And why can't I say that? Right? Why not? Does it help the people or hurt the people? Because at this point, the more they keep removing the savage nigga out of the way, now you have what's the boy's name? That the computer guy from Nipsey.
Oh, Idris Shandu.
Idris. If this was the 80s, could that kid have been at that spot?
Not if Nipsey was signed to Suge Knight. Let's not say the 80s, let's say the 90s.
Yeah, right, exactly. If
you know what I'm saying?
Different
not even that, yeah. If he grew up in the 90s, he wouldn't have made it out of his neighborhood in Compton.
Facts.
Because, you know, they're telling you that you're either gonna get you know, blooded in, or you're gonna get murdered, you know what I'm saying, or extorted. So these neighborhoods, for the most part, you know what I mean, are like the children in these neighborhood are living under siege.
They're living under siege.
They're living under siege. And these parents, not to cut you, but let me just finish the thought. These parents in particular, these mothers, you know, are having children for the set because these are not their children anymore. You know, like niggas that love to be they love being conscious and be like, you might have said it too, right? These not your babies. You know, you have these children, but these children is not yours. It's like, yeah, I get it, but that mama's responsible for feeding that baby until they're 18 and growing them up and providing housing and shelter and guidance and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is an individual spirit that chose to come here on a journey, chose these parents to come through and is gonna work off and do its own thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much sometimes predetermined on what the person came here to do. But all of that shit is shortcut because there's one destination for that child in that neighborhood. You understand? And that's to motherfucking get with that set. It didn't put in work. You know what I mean? And that baby's no longer yours. You know what I mean? That baby belonged to the gang because it's blood in, it's blood out. So it ain't like you could pick a flag up and just drop it. Now you put your families in, and all of this because mama didn't have enough funds to move over here. She had to move over there. And now she's in a precarious situations where you amongst wolves for real. You know what I'm saying? You amongst wolves for real.
Look, this is what I'm saying, and people need to hear this clear. I'm talking about what about the regular black people in Chicago, in Dallas, in Texas? They are being terrorized at this point. You feel me? Their children are being terrorized at this point because there's a retarded element in the street that goes unchecked. And this retarded element don't give a fuck about the people. You feel me?
Facts.
And if at this point, if the gangs are not going to be the police, right? Look, this is the thing. I seen the other day, I think it was a dude, I don't know if he was in the Nation of Islam or what. He had to run up on the nail salon. He had to his name was Tyrone, right? Tyrone Muhammad. He threw a brick through the window,
Yeah, I
right?
seen it.
Because the nail people were abusing black women. Now, let me get this straight. If he's a working man doing that, that's a problem. Where the gang's at.
Right.
That's the problem. If Tyrone is a regular 9 to 5 dude that
Right.
went out there and was fed up, then what the hell is the purpose of cats in the street?
Right. Why is that not considered work? Why is that not putting work in? Right.
Facts.
Because a nigga's a throwaway. You gonna go behind the wall anyway, and niggas gonna bail you out and what have you. You know what I'm saying? There's supposed to be a system put in place, but
I'm
there's never no extension for what was originally created for community policing. What communities is being policed? You can't walk on this block. You can't sell drugs on this block. You can't live on this block. You can't come see shorty on this block. You've created your own fucking segregation.
what so look, if you're gonna make money off the books, you're gonna sell drugs because there's always gonna be a junkie class. So that's fine. I'm not knocking that. But if you're gonna do that and get money off the books, y'all are responsible for making sure that the neighborhood is clean. You could drive the Benzes, get the Bentleys, but your hood tax is to reinvest it back there. You don't got to give the people no money, just maintain the area. Maintain the area because you are the Taliban. You're responsible for these people. If you don't want them to call the police on you, then you got to take care of them. It's your responsibility that none of these old ladies get raped. It's your responsibility that if there are other ethnicities in this environment, that they don't abuse the people. Checks and balances. In fact, take it a step further on some Italian mafia shit. If you are another ethnicity, then they have to pay a tax to the gang for you to even be here. For you to even be here. And if it's not like this, then do we love blackness that much that we're willing to cape for it, even when it's killing the babies? Even when it's not even at this point, what is it doing? Are we just mad at white people that much that we'll just let niggas abuse us? Because I'm saying though, like,
no, I'm just saying, yeah.
Really though,
are we that fearful of a people where we just went from being terrified, right, from white folks to now being terrified by our own children, and we live in a constant state of fear, right? We're crippled by it. Because I love pointing out the fact that these niggas came home from the war, right? So they had bodies on their hand. They know what bodies look like. Niggas ain't scared to shed no blood, but these are the same niggas that was cowering under their beds at night when the teenagers was outside letting off semi-automatic weapons, right? Engaged in whatever they was engaged in. They got your daughter hostage, they got your wife hostage, and you under the motherfucking couch, cowering, relapsing because niggas are setting off heavy artillery in the streets. But I never heard no fucking stories about no ex sergeants, no ex this, no ex that, coming outside and policing a community. You know what I'm saying? Putting the brakes on none of these teenagers. These niggas is outside. They got your whole hood under siege for fucking Jordan money. Because that's all it ever amounted to. Right? And that was the trade-off.
Look, if it's about money and if it's about shooting shit up, just join the military. At least you get a GI Bill. Go shoot some shit up. At least that way, if something happens to you, there's some type of death benefit for your loved ones. If it's about just you might like to bust hammers. If that's cool, because you ain't making no money in the street anyway. You can't get rich and gangbang at the same time.
Yeah, it don't work.
You either gonna press the hood or you gonna get money. But if it's about being aggressive, yo, join the military. I mean, make your existence at least mean a little more than that. So to answer your question fully, it's hilarious, number one, but it's funny too. I mean, it's it's a crossroads now because now, just working with my son in school, in his school, and seeing these other black children, I never thought that I would get to the point of just really being a conservative person where I'm like, you know what? Fuck the streets. That shit is trash. And everything that comes with it is trash. And in the digital age, first of all, the streets, the ideal of it is Pisces anyway. There is no streets in virtual reality. What does that even mean? That shit is dead. You know what I'm saying? And it died in the 50s. It died in the 60s. It been dead. You know what I mean? It been dead. So kill the whole thing. And the thing about it is we all been regurgitating the same logic. Oh, it's the white man, it's this, it's this. No, it's the niggas, man. Burn the whole shit down. Fuck it. Burn the whole shit down. And for real, this is why we kind of need a dictatorship and a totalitarian form of government to end this ideal of democracy for niggas. Niggas don't need democracy. Fuck that. We need a totalitarian form of government like Stalin or Chairman Mao.
Or Pol Pot, right?
Yeah, to get everybody on one page. No opinions, no nothing. Everybody gonna wear the same shit. We got one aim, one mind, totalitarian form of government. Because you see what people are doing with freedom. Fuck that. You need some real extreme, intense shit, in your face kind of thing. Like Idi Amin type of thing. If you ain't with it, I'm clapping. Boom. Period. You only having one kid. Boom. Some of these niggas need to be sterilized. All that. And the whole shit. That's how I'm on it. And the whole shit. This is trash. And niggas got this idea of a black utopia. All right. How you gonna get there? You gotta purge some shit. How you gonna get to the black utopia? Because everybody can't go. This is how you start. You need a Takashi. You need a Takashi to come burn this shit down. And it needs to be burnt down through hip hop. Because hip hop has created us monsters. Totally. Music that was born out of chemical warfare, crack cocaine. Oh yeah. Burn this whole shit down. The same music that told black women since 1992, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. This is what we protecting. Big said, don't you know my nigga Gutter kidnap kids? Fuck them in the ass, send them over the bridge. Let me repeat that lyric from so-called one of the greatest rappers ever. He said, I quote, and this is what we want to save. Don't you know my nigga Gutter kidnap kids? He fucks them in their ass and sends them over the bridge.
Throw them over the bridge.
Throw them over the bridge. We
That's
good?
how it is. Fuck that beef shit.
No, but he said that's his man though.
Yeah, that's his ace.
He know him. Like, that's his partner.
Facts.
We good with that?
He said a lot of other shit too. He said a lot of other shit the niggas ended up being good with. You know what I mean? And I mean, it was a it was a different era. Niggas was saying wild style shit, man. You feel me?
I'm saying though.
No, I'm just saying not
this is what we
make excuses for it, but I'm
that's
like
the streets.
That's
the streets though. That's the streets. But we all good with that shit though. I'm calling out real shit. Niggas gonna look the other way just cause. I'm calling out real shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we protecting. This is the streets. This is the streets. The streets is not providing a key for the youth to go out and be the next Elon Musk. They gonna kill them.
Yeah, they're gonna clip them.
This is the streets. The streets is not providing the key for the next Tyra Banks or the next Josephine Baker. They gonna kill her. They gonna kill her, my nigga. So what is we preserving this shit for? What is it about this culture that because if you talk real and hard, everybody starts fucking squirming? People want to be entertained, yo. They don't want to talk real. How you gonna get to the Black Utopia? What the fuck you gonna do? I ride through the DC streets every day. What you gonna do with these zombies out here? What's your plan for that? They are gone. They're in the middle of the street with their fucking pants down. And you can't leave your door open at night. What you want to do about that? That's the streets, though. That's your people, though. You're so focused on, you got all the answers for the white man, though. If I said, let's purge the white man, niggas would be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been waiting on.
Yeah.
Like, Ken, yes, you finally made it over.
Yeah. Let's talk about the white man.
Yeah.
Right? But everything that's in the crackers and you niggas. So what you gonna do? What you wanna do? That's the streets. So you need a Tekashi to start burning shit down. Not for us, idiots. For the little ones. Fuck us. I ain't talking about us. We 35 and up. We on our way out. What about the youngs that ain't even born yet or that's little? Fuck us.
Low jits.
Fuck us.
Right. Should they not have a chance?
Can they get a chance, yo? We already corrupted, yo.
Right. So that's like, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for you to have a 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th chance? No, you're supposed to be, or you should be fighting, for your children, for these babies to have a chance, a decent chance, but you short circuiting that opportunity or what it is that you're fighting for, because you got the TV on in the crib, you got the radio on in the crib, and you can't motherfucker put the ratchetness down long enough to give them that chance, to give them an option, to preserve their innocence. So the streets is brutal, bro. And the conversation that's taking place around these streets, like, if you're a parent, you need to really pay attention to what's being said. You know what I'm saying? You need to really pay attention to the revolving conversation around what's taking place in hip hop right now. Because if you have a child that's in high school or junior high school or shit like that, like, that's the target demographic for all of this fuck shit that's going on. That's the target demographic for all this shit that's going on in the music, this championing a lifestyle that is completely dead end.
What are the people willing to do? Not for us. Let's take it off you and me, bro. Like, if we had a decision to make for the people coming up under us, knowing what we know now, and knowing that for people to go where they gotta go, they gotta make some real changes, right? Be uncomfortable for a second. What is the people willing to do? Because there's some things that need to be addressed. And a elephant in the room in Black America is ratchet culture, nigga culture, street culture, that element right there. Now, I said there's a difference between the thug and the gangster. You need gangsters.
Explain.
Every community has gangsters. Bumpy Johnson was a gangster, right? A gangster is a gentleman, first of all. These people are this. Hip hop is not full of gentlemen. Hip hop is full of savages, right? Polite was correct when he called them animals. They didn't like him for that. Well, he was telling the truth. It's animal. If a person will run up on you just for you getting off the bus, when that blood shit was popping in New York, what was it, anybody get it or some shit, and niggas just run up on you, cutting your face. That's an
Hey,
animal.
and it was on that. It was
But
on that for nothing, for points.
we ain't gonna call him that. We're gonna say that the white man made him do that. That's what he was thinking. The white man got in his head that
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, that was
Right? Yeah, okay. You trash if you
white
talk like
man's
that.
fault.
Trash if you talk like that. I wonder what your house look like if you, inside of your house is upside down if you have that kind of thinking. But the gangster is a gentleman, right? He deals with organized crime, meaning it's syndicates. It's organized. The reason why he's a criminal is because his money is off the books and they control it. And they control police too. And they police the environment. You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, when you're in Oakland or any Chinatowns, you barely see the police, my nigga.
You don't see the police in any Chinatowns, right?
Right.
And
But
there's a
if you
reason for that.
there's a reason for that. But if you act up over there, see,
Oh, you're gonna
yo,
be dealt with.
you're gonna get dealt with. You're gonna get dealt with by some unassuming people,
Right.
right? In Asian culture, they have the Yakuzas, they got the triads, the Irish gangs got their own people, the Russians got their own people. Every single community is controlled by hidden gangsters, right? The black community doesn't have gangsters anymore. It has thugs. The thugs was created through welfare and crack cocaine. Welfare and crack cocaine.
Yeah, that deadly
Right?
combination.
The white man didn't kill the gangster. The black church did.
Mm.
Mhm. Because the
Black
black
church.
church wanted to focus on being good niggas, so it cut out its gangster element. My proof is I'll just give you the Black Panthers. The Black Panther Party did not get national support from black people. The black church did not support the Black Panther Party.
Mm-hmm.
They demonized them and they took the same stance towards the Black Panther as white people did. Now, why am I calling the Black Panthers were gangsters? They robbed drug dealers to fund them programs. They
Mm.
robbed banks. Mutulu is locked up for bank robbery.
Right. And they all went back to the quote unquote the streets, but not in the form of work. Like niggas wasn't going and knocking off banks to buy bricks to be like, yo, we're gonna use the proceeds from this to buy, breakfast programs. Like, nah, that was all going back into the community, you know what I'm saying? Self-empowerment. If they was buying pistols, that was for protection, that was for patrols. It wasn't for warfare against one another. Some of them may have been manipulated and turned against one another. We know about COINTELPRO and everything, but that wasn't their original intent.
What is it? One of the first movies about Bumpy Johnson was Hoodlum, right? And the way that it cast Lawrence Fishburne's character in there, Bumpy Johnson, he was a gentleman, dog. You forgot that he was doing illegal shit. I mean, they was number running. This is before the drugs. But Bumpy Johnson would put in work. He read poetry. He didn't even cuss, bro. Gangsters wore suits, fam. Thug culture wears sagging jeans. See, a gangster is 1 foot away from being a politician, for real, for real. He's that proper. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you need that element right there. You need that element. Every community has a gangster has a gangster class. That's what holds the politics together in the hood. But the black community is ran by thug savage niggas, thug savages. The boy is a thug and the woman is ratchet, right? And both of those people, both of those groups of people, the ratchet black woman and the thug black male, both of them are terrorists for regular black people. Regular Black people cannot grow in that environment. Regular Black people are terrified for their life in that environment. They can't go to school to learn. They can't ride the school bus. They can't. Their mothers can't go school shopping for them, because when those mothers are at work, they are in fear of their children's lives every single day because of this Black retardation in every major city in this country, and it goes unchecked, and no one wants to say anything about it. But it keeps swallowing the genius. The genius. This is why there's no innovation coming out the Black community, because the thugs keep killing them. That's sad, man. That's sad. See, we got to the place in our consciousness where if somebody is Christian, we now say because someone is not woke, we now have no value for them because they're a Christian. But I thought they was Black first, though, right? That's still your brother, right? Your sister, right? Their children needs to be protected, or their life don't have value because they're Christian, or because they're Muslim, or because they're not conscious. Right? Y'all playing that politic game because they don't know the Metu Neter, so their life don't mean shit. For real. They don't know Francis Cress Welsing, so now their life don't mean shit. So so they only mean something if they're a Hebrew Israelite or if they know Umar Johnson. Y'all full of shit. Their life matters too.
Yeah, dude.
So that Tekashi shit is a beginning of where regular Black people need to step up, or not. Or not. Or not. Or not. Or not, yo. Y'all can continue to ask the government to do your job, or not, yo. You can leave it as is and keep caping and keep getting mad at somebody when they get on your helmet. Or you can step up and say, yo, we tired of this shit. This shit is trash, yo. This shit is trash and it's unacceptable. You know what I mean? And we want a different look because we go in a different direction. And you niggas is in the way. For real, for real.
Now, I caught the Revolt Summit, the other day. Caught a playback of it. And Candace Owens was saying some pretty interesting things on the panel. She wasn't being as well received by the crowd, as I can't say that I expected her to be. I definitely didn't expect for them to gravitate towards her. But I thought that there would at least be a different level of appreciation for what she was saying, pretty much because a lot of it was based on facts. So was there anything that she was saying that you might want to build on, that you might want to hit on? Because she was speaking about that same level of social responsibility. And of course, because she politicized her conversation, she had a target for her angst, and that target was Democrats, in particular liberals, and the many programs. She even spoke about she spoke about the Great Society. She spoke about the welfare program with LBJ, with Lyndon Johnson's Great Society and the welfare programs. So yeah. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. What did you say?
Yeah. Now I said, was there anything that she was hitting on in that conversation that you might want to elucidate?
Well, those are Candace's usual talking points. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, those is Candace's usual talking points. So I'm very familiar with Candace. I'm familiar with a lot of Black conservatives. I deal with nuance. So I believe Candace was absolutely right. Um, you can leave out the part about Trump, and that's I think that's a lane that she plays. But for the most part, I think it was, a lot of truth in what she was saying, and the fact that people couldn't listen to her, it says a lot. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is like Candace is very pro black man, even though she has a white husband. She's very pro black man. She believes fathers should be in the home. She talks about that a lot, right? She's against feminism, right? She claps at the shit hard. She talks about the importance of black male. I think that the words don't necessarily hit hard because it deals with accountability, and that A word is what we don't like. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think it was anything that she said that was new to me. It's an immature platform though. It's an immature platform, and it's about entertainment, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we're really going to things to agree with people. Like, we want to have that church element in every single thing we listen to. Right on, brother. Teach. That's church, yo. We want to have church in everything. That's a problem, yo. It's not about entertainment. It's about you hearing something, that shit sparking you, and you be
Right.
the new word is actionable. You know what I mean? Making it actionable. You know what I'm saying? You hear it, it resonates with you, you go do it. Period. Fuck entertainment. Fuck telling me preach and teach and all that madness, that church shit. Fuck that. That's corny. You know what I'm saying? So I like Candace though. I like nuance though. I don't have to agree with every single thing with a person, but I like nuance. That shit is that it. I thought T.I. was immature. You know what I'm saying? I thought
Why you,
T.I. was immature.
why you say that?
T.I. is a millionaire. America's working for him. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is how people brain work. You can just like people made nigger mean whatever they want. They took it in power. I can make America great again mean whatever I want it to mean. You want me to do it, Blue? Check this out.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Was Garvey great?
Garvey was great.
Make America great again then. Was Malcolm great?
Malcolm was great.
Make America great again. Was there a time where 80% of the black households had a man in the house?
There was a time.
All right, we'll make America great again. Was there a time where black people owned more land and more businesses?
Absolutely.
Okay, well then make America great again. Was there a time where black people actually did for self in America?
They had banks.
Oh, okay.
Banks.
We'll make America great again. Was Black Wall Street in America?
Last time I checked.
Okay, we'll make America great again. Was Rosewood in America?
I believe so.
We'll make America great again. Is Reginald Lewis was a black billionaire from America?
Baltimore, the shithole.
We'll make America great again. So what are y'all talking about? Because there is clearly a decline in black greatness. And let's be clear, singing fucking songs is not black excellence at this point. That shit is played out. Was Langston Hughes from Harlem?
Hey.
Okay, we'll make America great again.
He was. What's my guy name? James Baldwin.
Make America great again. Paul Robeson. Make America great again. Mary Bethune-Cookman. Make America great again. Mary Ellen Pleasant. Make America great again. Maggie Walker. Make America great again. You know what? Goddamn, I ain't seen a track star like FloJo in hella long. Make America great again. Oh, okay. See, that's too much accountability though, because all those people that I named was great black people. And the black people now that's living cannot outdo those people.
Right.
What nigga right now can outdo Elijah Muhammad? Not nan one, nobody.
It's not gonna happen. Not in this lifetime. So there needs to be a resurgence of greatness in America, in particular in Black America, but maybe in all of America. So there needs to be that same level of, I think, when times was different, when people's backs was against the wall on both sides, you know what I mean? You saw a different approach. You saw a different level of ingenuity. Um, even with um on the other side, how they had to come up with new propaganda and send niggas, pretend like they're sending people to the moon and all of that. There was still their attempts to be great. At least they knew they had to put something in front of you continuously that constantly had you feeling like they were getting greater, right? On an aspirational level. And then we were able to look in our own communities and see what we were able to do under the most strenuous of circumstances. And we still was producing excellence, black excellence, melanated excellence, more whatever you want to call it. You feel me?
Mhm.
And now that that pressure doesn't necessarily exist, or it's not in your face the same way, you see a lot of complacency. You see a lot of falling back. You see a lot of, what I mean, non-greatness, just mediocre shit, just enough to get by.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And
and I don't know whether that's a direct result of Americanism, whether that's a direct result of the Black app. I don't know what's the cause of it, but yeah, we can stand to see a lot more examples of greatness amongst ourselves, and the majority of that, if it's going to be done in this country, you know what I mean? Is it ultimately going to be something that benefits this country
Mhm.
or nah? So, and like you
Mhm.
said, it can't only just be entertainment. It can't only just be Little Nas X. You know what I'm saying? With the because he technically is breaking a record, right?
Mhm.
That's a level of greatness for a little nigga in his living room. You know what I'm saying? He made a song that wasn't necessarily commissioned by a major recording studio, and the niggas beating like records from the all time greats, right? That's a great accomplishment,
I can't knock that.
regardless, yeah, of his sexual orientation and what people
Mhm.
think about him. Look at his achievement. You know what I'm saying? That's something to herald, to say, wow, that young man, you know what I'm saying, really burst onto the scene and made a difference.
Mhm.
Um, and that's why entertainment is so weird, because you can say the same thing about Takashi. If the gauge is what the gauge is, if the gauge is the metrics of album sales or album chartings, you know what I'm saying, then shit, he came through and did some phenomenal fucking work, right? But look at what was going on in the background, you know. When you pull the curtains, look at that shit.
Hmm.
So it can't just be entertainment.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. You know how I know? Can you hear me, bro?
Yes.
You know how I know we're not in great times? Because look at the shit that slides through, right? Um, if you grew up in a time where you was aware of someone like George Washington Carver, that shit, that influence, that has a trickle down effect. It pushes you to go do something. It pushes you to go to incredible heights. The
Right.
reason why I know we're not in the gray area because what's popular, what slides through. When you're dealing with greatness, you deal with greatness in every area of
Every
your life.
capacity.
Yeah, you don't turn a switch off. Be like, oh, I'm not great here. I turn my great switch off. Nah, it's around the board. The fact that a Tekashi could slide through in a culture tells me that the culture is not dealing with greatness. Tells me that the culture has lowered its standard. Its standard. Yo, you know what's funny? Black Americans at one time was the moral fabric of America. To get something through, it had to go through Black Americans. Black Americans were the standard. Who taught the mobsters how to dress? Black Americans, right?
How about that?
Right? Who taught the mothers how to mother? The so-called slave woman.
Right, the nanny. How about that?
Right? How is it that the woman that is supposedly getting her children stripped from her is the pinnacle and blueprint of motherhood? Right? And who's the blueprint in America of craftsmanship? The so-called slave man, right? Who has the hammer? Who's the mason? Who's the welder? Right? Let's really get into some American history. White people were coming to America starving to death. That's not my opinion. Read a book called White Trash. Right? Black people was the fucking infrastructure. Not just on a production side, on a moral side too. Mm-hmm. Black people were studied because of their behavior. How is it that these people are going through this, but they behave like this though? You would think directly after a slavery experience, directly after 1865, you would see this mass mental illness, but you didn't. What you do see is high production. What you do see is incredible focus. What you do see is incredible wherewithal. What you do see is directly after 1865, Black people participating in politics and Senate. Black people doing incredible things. Greatness.
The pinnacle.
Right? You couldn't have Tekashis at that time.
Yeah. There was too much raw expression of bottled up talent. You had the Nicholas brothers, you had countless other creatives expressing themselves. You had all of those inventions. Mm-hmm. Like I said, not only do you get Black Wall Street, but you get a class of professionals who did not go to Harvard or business school or medical school or any of those things. But these people were masters of their craft. They mastered their industry. You feel me? How did that happen? This has not been explained.
So I want to ask what happened. Welfare. Policies, man. Legislative policies. People don't study American history. What they do, what they listen to is conscious motivational speakers telling them, just shooting off the hip. Right? Welfare crippled the Black structure, bro. You know what I'm saying? It crippled Black ingenuity. It crippled Black morality. It put the government in control of, the government was not in control of Black lives before. Black people did for self. You know what I'm saying? Soon as the state came inside the home, it crippled Black people. Now, people also haven't tracked what crack did. There was a lot of baby boomers, people that got it from the muscle in the early 20s, 30s, 40s, that left property to the children. The crack era destroyed so much Black wealth. We talking about life insurance policies, fam. This ain't my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Black people own the brownstones up in New York. They own the homes in Baltimore. The drugs fucked all that shit up. Those people left something. So someone will tell me, well, how did the drugs get there? Man, it's bleach in the hood too. Niggas don't drink that. What you talking about? Niggas gotta sell it. So we ain't accountable for nothing. How does the gun get there? You have to shoot the fucking gun. You have to sell the drugs. Can't just pass off everything. You know what I'm saying? So It's a shame because, like I was explaining to you earlier, fam, if I'm an elder, I feel so bad. I would feel bad. I would feel bad of the sacrifices of my peer group if I was still alive to see it look like this, to know what we went through. You know what I'm saying? That. I would actually have some regrets. I would wish I did something different because this shit is not cool. How do you? Where's the greatness that those people fought to be great? Nigga, they ain't complain about shit. They fought to be great, bro, with mad trial and mad pushback. You know what I'm saying? And some people should go to Memphis and check out the Civil Rights Museum. This should make you have a change of heart about the bullshit people talking about. Go to the Civil Rights Museum, make you feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? It'll do something with that perspective you might got. You know what I'm saying? And you might want to represent yourself a little differently. You know what I mean? But greatness, Blue. When you deal with greatness, you don't tolerate no fuck shit, bro. Because you're on the path. So the people is not, yo, fam, Shade Room follow count is 16.5 million.
God damn.
And what is it that they do?
Oh,
That's voluntarily.
they serve that tea, nigga.
They serve that tea. Why is people running to that though?
Nigga, what they tell you in every indigenous culture, you wake up and you drink tea, right? That's just aboriginal. On all four corners of the planet, they drink tea, right? What make niggas any different? They need that tea.
They need that tea. But the point is like, yo, the thing is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'll get back to my regular build in a few days where I'm like, niggas go nig, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Get yours, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying, just for perspective purposes, yo, deal with greatness. When you deal with greatness, yo, you have to have a guard around greatness, yo. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't get in your shit. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? I feel like because this culture don't deal with taste, anything goes, my nigga. There's no fucking etiquette. There's no taste. Everything is at a low level, B. You know what I'm saying? We think taste came from the white man. That's how crazy our
Oh
thinking
yeah,
is.
yeah. No, we think etiquette, taste, all of that, because they don't study history. They don't know that the Moors introduced the Europeans to etiquette, how to use forks, how to cross their legs, how to do any and everything that's associated with whiteness was taught to them. But we won't go nowhere near this history. And your leader guys, as Todd says, they not teaching it. So, you know, um, this brought up it was also a very interesting conversation that took place at the Revolt Summit. And our brother Jay Morrison got up there and said some things that have created a media storm, Um, and I won't I won't stretch and say that it has pitted him against his peers, a la Tariq Nasheed and other members of the ADOS movement, but they've exchanged some words and some concepts, and you know, um, some parties are very disagreeable with what he said and how he said it, and the premise of what he's saying. You feel me? But I don't know if you wanted to touch on any of that.
I mean, what when Jay Morris was talking about what the nationality?
Yes, yes, the nationality.
I mean, okay. I would say Jay Morrison, that approach, he's not the originator of it, but we already know. Let's just say it the more science approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
The more science approach is the least studied philosophy in Black America.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the oldest philosophies in Black America.
One of the oldest, least studied, right?
Least studied. Noble Drew Ali is understudied.
Facts.
The perspective of Tariq Nasheed and those that think like him, that shit is Pisces. Sorry, but it is. I mean, not saying that Noble Drew Ali shit isn't, but the black shit, the what that angle they're coming from, niggas have already walked that lane. No, you know what I'm saying? At least Noble Drew Ali's thing deals with law. It deals with civics. It deals with like it gives you a it make you got a further place to go because you're dealing with the courts. You
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
do.
saying? So
You
so
have a you have it. You know how Wu-Tang said they got 36 chambers?
mhm,
You feel me?
mhm,
Like it opens up different chambers. You're able to overstand this country different, world politics different, yourself different, and your relationship to ecclesiastic law, into natural law, into cosmic law, like a lot of different areas, and all of these different areas are where niggas is lacking,
mhm,
right? Where the nigga capabilities are lacking when it comes to all of these areas of interest that I'm speaking about, right? The Negro doesn't know his relationship to the cosmic laws, doesn't know his relationship to world history or world law, doesn't know his relationship to this country, its establishment, its esoteric and exoteric meaning, and what role that they play in it. You
mhm,
understand? And they damn sure don't know any Moorish history as it applies to 1492 and before.
mhm,
You understand? As well as what Noble Drew Ali started in this country in terms of bringing Islam here initially, right? With a sprinkle of Indus Kush, Indian philosophy and all this other exotic stuff, as my Ados brothers would call it.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Um,
I think people should be in
so
multiple places at one time. Like that's the thing, bro, with nuance. Yo, look, for those that have walked the ADOS line, go do that. For those that's gonna do the farmer shit, go do that. For those that's gonna hoop, you know what I'm saying, play football, go do that. Everybody don't gotta do the same shit.
no, no, they don't. But I'm saying that, and what I don't object to, is the fact that at least he called for a conversation.
Right,
That's being swept aside.
right.
Niggas is not entertaining that at all. He's like, yo, let's have a closed door conversation so we could trim off the fat. Like, what's wrong with that?
Because a
You
conversation, blue, because a conversation, see, people have different crowds, and I believe a full conversation, people want to protect their fan base.
right.
They
But
don't want their fan base to hear nobody else.
this is outside of the fan base. So at least it should be, because this is not for likes, this ain't for views. This is out of view of the public. So my thing is like, if you're not even familiar with the conversation, at least you can do is educate yourself on it. Now, somebody like Tyreek, and shout out to Tyreek, you know, he has had to have studied a certain aspect of this history because he's done documentaries that have been littered and peppered with this conversation. So either one, he's just all out dismissive of it, or two, he's done the research and he's found out why it wouldn't work or why this conversation is irrelevant, and then he should share that to the audience. Or three, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that he's just uninterested in, like you said, because it doesn't serve whatever the interests are of said group. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what they are. I don't know if the only interest, I hope at the end of the day that the interest is power, right? I hope that the interest is power to some degree or somehow, and I'm not still quite clear as to how it translates to power. You feel me?
Mm,
If a person is telling you, well, I spoke to the big dogs who have attempted this before you. And when they went all the way to the top and they got behind the curtain, this is what was told to them, right? Same way that my teachers told me damn near 20 years ago, right? Look, got to the UN, you feel me? Niggas went, they had the fezzes on, they was waving the flag and all of that. And they got behind the curtain and they was told some things. And those things was told to me. It was the same thing that was repeated by Jay Morrison, according to Tariq Nasheed, about what he said. And he said that the homie said, look, we got all the way to the very top, and they told us that you can't sit at this table because there's a nationality discrepancy. Now, rather than focus on that, you know what I'm saying? The deflection of it is, well, they give reparations to the Japanese, well, they give reparations to the Jewish, right? Somebody else in the chat says, gays don't have a seat at the UN. And I'm like, while all of those things might be correct, you feel me? You still owe it to yourself as a student of life, as a student of the culture, as a student on this planet, period, to at least see, well, what is the reason that that was said about quote unquote us? You just can't ignore this anymore and continue to trudge through the mud and say, look, you sludging through the mud and you dragging the people with you, and you like, we're gonna get there. When? How? You feel me? So I'm observing it. I don't have my voice necessarily in it. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting, you know. And it's just like, but I'm still looking and I'm hearing of the very intellectual ways that people are demeaning one another, you know, with these words and these names and these slogans and shit like that. And it's like, when are we ever gonna grow the fuck up?
That's a good question. When you looked at the revolt thing, it showed you that no matter what, to talk, because this is the thing, people are going to have to decide if the masses are going or is it in small groups. Because if you're dealing with the black masses, you have to deal with a level of entertainment. So the Moorish conversation or dealing with law is not very entertaining.
No, it's
right?
it's work, studious.
You know what I'm saying? When I deal with black, it's entertaining. James Brown has a song, "Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud." See, I can entertain with black because I can talk about there's I can talk about lynching, I can talk about Jim Crow, even though those things are it's true, but it's a level of dopamine and entertaining. You still gonna be like teach, preach. You know what I'm saying? See, when you're dealing with law, you have to have your etymology, a dictionary right there. You're not gonna tell me
You
preach
gotta
because you're
have
looking up shit,
you gotta
right?
have 2 and 3 dictionaries.
You
Not
gotta
just
have
you
two or
gotta
three
have your black
dictionaries.
laws, you gotta have your
Right,
etymology,
right,
you gotta have the right dictionary.
right.
This is work, right? There's no time for entertainment when it comes to this. This is you gotta put in your 10,000 hours once again. And you know, I don't see nobody slowing down long enough where they're even interested. You feel me? Um, yeah.
It has to be entertainment. That's what the revolt conference showed you, right? Listen to the audience. Listen to how they're responding. That's based on entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. We're niggas is a people about song and dance. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So I don't think, like you mentioned, Tariq, his platform is built off entertainment, which is cool. Mac lessons, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Nigga will roast you. He does the Coon Awards. That's entertainment, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's call it what it is, too. A lot of people have got woken up from Hidden Color series. That's the new woke people. But it's entertainment though. It's easy listening. You know what I'm saying? They played it in the barbershop.
It's palatable. It's palatable. It's digestible.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I'm
easy.
saying? And
Easy.
it's genius because of that. Yeah.
But it's entertainment though. You know what I'm saying? They played in the barbershops. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't require anything of you. You feel me?
Right.
It doesn't require, okay, so now if you was to be initiated into a mystery school, it would require something from you. Right? When you're getting initiated in IFA, it requires something from you. The occult, the fraternities, they require something from you. Entertainment doesn't require anything. You could just laugh and look, oh, yo, check this out. Right? And what I noticed is if the masses of Black Americans gravitate to it, it must be easy listening. It must be easy. Right. Sounds fucked up, right? It's true though. That must not have been difficult.
Right. That's why Tekashi popped.
It's easy. Right? Now I think Tariq Nasheed knows the 48 laws of power. So it's conceal your intentions and you don't bust your load off at one shot. So you conceal your knowledge. But if he did a documentary on the 7 liberal arts, I doubt it would have the same traffic. A lot, astronomy, geometry, logic, rhetoric. I doubt it would, or if he just broke it up and called it the Trivium, did it on the Trivium or the Kabbalion. This week's lesson is about correspondence. I doubt it has the same traffic, bro. It's not entertaining. We're people of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So the great points about more science, and just the law period and nationality, my nigga, that's some real above the neck shit. And I think the scholars or the people that have a different type of wherewithal, I think people that's entertainment should just be boots on the ground. Honestly, entertainment people, I think they should be on the front line. They should just be outside moving around because they're body people. They're moved off language and words and they're emotional. Cool. I think the finance people should be over there cooking up economic shit. I think the researchers should be over there doing research shit. But the cattle, the front people, those are the entertainment people. Those are the followers. Those are the people that's gonna follow shit without questioning. Because it make them feel good.
Sidebar, I actually met the man this past weekend who coined the phrase Black Power.
Oh wow, okay.
And it wasn't Stokely Carmichael. This was an elder. His name is Baba something. I really don't remember the full pronunciation of his name, so I don't want to chop it up, but I will get it. I'll have it by next Tuesday. But I met him this past Saturday at an event I was hosting. Interestingly enough. So yeah, man, this is.
What did he mean by that when he said Black Power?
I didn't get to.
Okay, got you. Copy.
Peel back. I'm gonna request an interview with him. There's a lot of questions that I have. Finding out that he was the progenitor of that slogan.
Yeah, I wonder what he meant when he said it.
Yeah.
What was his thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did he mean? Because he might have meant something else than people actually thought.
Yeah, it's only one way to find out, and we got to dig in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like somebody made a good point. You know, they said Tupac was an entertainer.
Yeah, for sure. Tupac was an entertainer. Totally.
Is there a way to necessarily mix in, because they're saying that entertainers were effective in the 70s in terms of them being the because they wasn't the face and the voice of the revolution. They provided the soundtrack to it. you know they were the backup, if you will. They were the background singers, if you will, for the revolution, uh to get the people on one note, one accord. You feel me? So there have been entertainers that have played pivotal roles in disseminating information, getting people on one page, galvanizing the masses, spreading the information. You know what I'm saying? Is there a distinct difference nowadays where those entertainers can no longer play that same role?
Hmm. I think when you talk about the 70s and the music is always a reflection of where the people at. Yo, the Nation of Islam has such a grip in Black America. The music wasn't waking nobody up. It was already happening on the ground level. So the music was just a reflection of how the people was looking.
Like I
So
said, the entertainers of that day were more like background singers for the
yeah, for
quote
sure.
unquote revolution. It was already
Yeah,
taking place in the streets. We
yeah.
had we had representation, if
Right,
not strong leadership, quote
right,
unquote.
right. So it's basically you just was reading your lessons and then somebody made a song about it. And you like, all right, yeah, you dance. They're
Right.
not necessarily waking you up per se. They're just performing the song that you and your partners was just talking about. You know what I'm
Right. So
saying?
the backdrop is, because you have a backboard already, so it's relevant. You like, all right, this coincides with my daily walk. You know what I'm saying? This it's a reiteration of what I'm already on. But can it necessarily, nowadays they want it to be the primary vehicle that brings information to the people and wakes them up.
Yeah, that's a
I
problem.
don't yeah, I don't know if that's effective. I don't know if
That's a
that
problem.
works.
You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. And but the thing about it is it can't be empty. You know what I mean? It can't be empty. Like it has to be a call to action, yo. At this point, you can't it just can't be. I'm just listening to songs, trying to feel good, trying to escape. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to escape. You know, we live in the production, bro. We don't live in the real world. We live in a production. Everyone's afraid of pain. Everyone's afraid of hardships and hard times and hard work. So we want to hide and we want to opt out. You know what I mean? So we want the music to take us to another place because we don't like our life. The music has to have a call to action, yo. Has to tell you to move on something. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the call to action is spend that shit, spend that shit, spend that shit and get it
Get it
right back.
right back.
That's terrible advice, but that is a call to action though. You're telling the
Facts.
people to go do something. And you know what I'm saying? You gonna do it. That shit is in your head. There's no toilet bowl for what you just heard. That's in your mind all day. So you gonna move around, you know what I'm saying? And the
Looking to blow, right? Looking to blow something.
looking to
You know
blow
what I
some.
mean?
And the majority of Americans are working poor. That's just the reality of it. Who can really afford to
Yo,
sell that shit and
cause
get it right back?
I'm gonna keep it tall. Like I got a sizable check not too long ago. I was looking to spend that shit. I was looking at I had I had voices in my head. It's like, you gonna get it right back. I was like, for real? Luckily I ain't find nothing, worthy to blow it on, but that shit is real, man.
Yes,
Programming is a motherfucker. I don't care
yes,
what nobody say.
totally. This shit is in you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's in.
Like, I was
No,
looking for a reason to spend money. I didn't even have one. I was looking for one.
dude. I got $700 shoes in my closet. You know how stupid I feel? Like really, I'm not even playing. Like I feel dumb.
Mm, they got you, huh? Hope you ain't got no red bottoms in there. What you?
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Prada joints. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I feel stupid though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't mean anything. And I'm not saying that. I mean, if you getting money, you're gonna spend your money on something. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is like, yo, I don't come from wealth. You know what I mean? My mom died in the negative. My pop died in the negative. My granny died in the negative. How can I spend money on $700 shoes? You know what I'm saying? I'm not $10 million liquid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you probably was influenced by something at the time that had you feeling like, there was value in that. And you went along to get along, right?
I'm gonna tell you, nigga. I spent $400 on this just to be like, nigga, you ain't up
I'm up
on
on this.
this.
Fact.
You
That
know what
part. Yeah.
I'm saying? That,
Hummer stunting. That's what we call it. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you think I rap for to push up?
Stunt 101. Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You just let your kicks talk for you.
yo,
I
50,
understand.
50 said, I let my watch talk for me, my whip talk for me. You know what I'm saying?
Blah. Yeah.
Blah, like, nigga, I know more hip hop shit than I know about school. That shit raised me, man. That shit
Facts.
taught me every fucking thing. Nas said, kids, listen, 5% said it's pork and jello. Like, oh, word? It's pork and jello?
Facts. Gelatin.
You know what I'm saying? That was my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So all my habits and all my moves, that shit was coming from rap, nigga. It's coming from rap. It's coming from my neighborhood. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So it's just to get back to that conversation so we could move on to something else. Um, this is a very dangerous time on both accords. You know what I'm saying? It's a dangerous time when people feel, oh, that shit ain't worth my time. When your time is really being spent on entertainment, oh, that
Mhm.
shit is not worth my time. That conversation is a waste of time. And you could be totally missing the point altogether. You feel me? I agree that there should be a level of dictatorship in the black community at this point where niggas should be forced to do certain things. Cause I don't see no other way that they're gonna get it done. If left up, you know, to the discretions of niggas,
Mhm.
I don't think nothing to get done. You know what I'm saying? And the reparations conversation is gonna end up in a place where like that shit, you got a window to that. You feel me? It's a
Yeah.
window. Is it aligned with the political conversation of the day? Because they saying, look, they done took out these politicians. The politicians don't seem to, the Cory Bookers and the Kamala Harrises don't seem to have too much steam after they run into the reparations train. You feel me? They get aired out and they don't get those balloons pumped up again, right? But
Mhm.
now the result is gonna be what you're gonna be is if Joe Biden becomes the nominee, like you're gonna force him to have the conversation, and if they don't have the conversation and Trump gets in, is like when is this conversation gonna get brought up again in 2022 or 24? I don't quite get it. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? You would think that if people are serious about actually getting something done, that they would be willing to be like, look, not I'm gonna entertain any and everything, but let's at least put together an exploratory committee and give this shit at least a week to go and see. Go over there and see what them niggas talking about. If there's anything there that we need to know about, right? Are there any points that are being said that once we weigh them, the shit is outweighing the shit that we thought was what the thing was? Because
Mhm.
you got them pointing at in Cobra saying, "Oh, well, there's inactivity over there. Them niggas ain't moved nothing. We picked it up because it was laying around and we ran with it." But they saying we couldn't move because we got to the top and hit a ceiling. So you're gonna exhaust yourself with the same energy to go behind us to do the same thing to hit the same ceiling 4 years from now and find out the same shit that we was talking about, and then we're gonna reintroduce this conversation to be 10 years late.
Mhm. What do you think should be the solution to that?
Like I said, conversations at the end of the day don't hurt, and forming of a committee where different delegates from said interest groups can be heard, closed door.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I mean, I don't, again, you're asking me what I think should be done. That's not what I'm saying that I think is going to be done. There's a difference.
So when these conversations are had, should they include everybody?
Um, when you say everybody, what you mean by that?
We speak in terms of collective. So we
Right.
speak.
I said representatives of different interest groups. You feel me? So the black church should be represented. Um, whatever subgroups make up what we call quote unquote Black America.
Mhm.
Yeah, representatives from those groups should be present to be heard what their feelings are on this matter in regards, because they have certain of them have criteria to say, oh, this is not a position that I can support until I hear A, B, and C. So certain people already have, you know what I'm saying, pressure points that they need to hit. And there are other
Um,
people that are not part of the conversation at all. Like, all right, what's the black church's take on this? You know what I'm saying?
um, I think still like I don't want nobody speaking for me about shit. So because I'm like that, then I know that I got to get my money up to a point where my
Right.
money talk for me, right?
Then
But I don't want nobody speaking for me. I don't want the black church speaking for me. I don't need no leaders. I don't. I
and
don't.
it's
I,
like I said, is and it's not about like representative of interest groups, right? If what they're looking for is a general consensus or a vote, that's dealing with a body politic, a large amount of people. So in this particular instance, it's not so much about the individual as much as it is about the collective and how to actually unify a separated body of somewhat uh to the numbers north of 45 million people, right? You got to go about a different way to galvanize or collect, you know what I'm saying, all of the different voices in that size of a crowd, right? And then
that's
they
fine if
said,
you know.
and then he also was calling on influencers, people that have particular positions and platforms, you know. So that would be interested. Then you got to go through this whole thing that, are they foundational blacks? Are they registered voters? Are they this? Are they, so this shit is like, but that's politics is like, you feel me?
I mean, for real, like looking at those cards on the table, I'd rather play the game with me and my homies and people I fuck with than to actually try to put my mind frame on a plan for 40 million people. Like, nah.
Right. I mean, I don't, yeah, someone such as yourself would not be part of this conversation, right? I don't think, because according to them, you're not on code. You're not moving with the collective.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
I,
on
I
code
think, yeah, I think that's the consensus that they are attempting to get at,
for sure.
to
I
to
ain't on
get
code.
people
I'm a
on
renegade. I'm a
code
renegade.
and to move on some one mind. That's still called body politics. That's a body politic, right? Being on code and moving on one mind, body politic. You feel
So
me?
then,
It's just
okay.
that now the body
Go
is
ahead.
scattered in 14 pieces. It's like a saw.
Okay, because this is the thing. Like, I will code can be studied, and then who is the author of the code, right? The genuine article. Because see, the code has to come out of the behavior of a person, man. Are you the true and living? The true and living sets the code, not from talking, from behaving,
Mm-hmm.
right? Who is the archetype? Because the thing about it, if that's the code of talking about, if I see somebody with the extraordinary behavior, oh, I'll get on code. I'll follow that. How does man eat? What kind of father is he? What does workout look like? You know what I'm saying? What time he wake up in the morning? Does his code leave clues that I can emulate? If I do that, is that gonna make my household better? This code they're talking about is nothing more than niggas with personality talking. You have to be the example of the code. You have to be it. Who is the person? Who's the person? See, now, if Malcolm X was living and somebody said, oh, it's Malcolm, damn, well, he has a behavior that I believe is, he's somebody I consider ill. So the
Mm-hmm.
code that he's on is he's the example. He's living it. He's doing it. He ain't telling, you know what I'm saying? He ain't telling nobody to get on code because he's living it. He's too busy for that. He's the guy who, you know what I'm saying? So it sound good, but there's a culture that doesn't. There's no critical thinking. Get on code. What does that even mean?
If it was a she and not a he, could you follow that?
Fuck yeah,
Okay.
hell yeah. What if it was a female samurai? Hell yeah. I don't give a damn about that. I give a damn about the principle and the behavior. You know what I'm saying? Sheila in Wild Wild Country. I follow that.
Yeah. Yeah. Homework assignment, y'all. Go to
Watch Wild Wild
Netflix
Country.
and watch Wild Wild Country. It's a
I
homework
follow
assignment.
Sheila. You know,
Sheila.
I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't give a damn about who it was. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I be
saying?
gadded down, holding down Sheila like, who on what?
Who won? It
Who
was
on
some women
what?
in the Black
Get
Panther
shit
Party
off, baby.
that was worthy of following.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that don't matter. But this is the thing. Again, it just that's entertainment, man. Get on code. What does it mean? What number are we on? What number? Get on, you know what I'm saying? What does that even mean? That's come on, bro. That's games. That's put together by personalities, entertainers, man. That's all it is. Entertainers. What they life look like. You know what I'm saying? When you are a so-called leader of the people, your life is transparent because you are the true and living.
Yeah.
You are the true and living, and you ain't doing it for TV. This is how you really are. This is talking. It sound good. You know what I'm saying? This is ain't no
Yeah. For for the sake of clarity, you know what I'm saying? I do believe that the ADOS movement has no leadership per se. You know, we know that there are personalities that are associated with it, but I don't think that they have any identifiable leadership that speaks on behalf of them as a collective, quote unquote.
what does that mean?
You know, it's hard to point a finger if there's no leader, right? Who's going to set by the example? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that's going to be the wiggle room they're gonna be like, I ain't no leader.
Uh-huh. Yeah, people's entertainers. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I'm a Capricorn, bro, and I'm really an extremist. Either we finna get some straight money and try and become millionaires, or we finna be some fucking revolutionaries like Che and be on some gorilla shit, and we know we gonna die, and we with the shit. And ain't no in between, nigga. We're not gonna be revolutionaries that pay rent. We're not gonna be revolutionaries telling people hit the super chat. We're not finna be revolutionaries and we got products for sale, nigga. We are about guerrilla activity. Fuck that. So either we gonna turn up,
Revolutionaries with merch.
yeah, revolutionaries hit my PayPal. Like, nigga, you got a phone with an IP address. How the fuck is you revolutionary, nigga? They know where you're at. Fuck out of here.
Come on.
Revolutionary, yo, hit my cash app.
ISIS had a YouTube page.
Like, I'm not finna be in the middle, bro. Because to me, with the ADOS things, they'll get that solved if they was a little more hungry. Let me tell you what I mean by that is. Niggas about in the ADOS community ain't that motherfucking serious. What are you willing to do to make that happen? What are you willing to do?
Oh, I mean, you're asking me?
You know what I'm saying? What are you willing to go to jail?
Better be.
You willing to die? You willing to? I mean, are you willing to commit violent acts? Are you willing to do that to get your point across for ADOS? Because if you want to do that shit and everybody still goes to work in the morning and it's cool and comfy, what do you think revolution? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Malcolm X say revolutions are bloody? Yes or no?
Yes, he did.
Did Malcolm X say there's no bloodless revolution?
He said that as well.
Okay, I just want to make sure. What are you willing to do? Because so-called white supremacy has showed you it's willing to do anything to get its point across.
Facts. Spill a whole lot of blood.
Okay. And the only Black people that I know in America that was willing to do anything to get their point across was the Black Panther Party.
Mm-hmm.
They robbed banks, they clapped police, clapped drug dealers, robbed drug dealers, got in shootouts with the poles. They was really serious about protecting the community.
Yeah, it was definitely with the shits.
Right? So the way that my extremist goes, yo, either we finna turn up at the Bellagio, nigga, we finna turn up, you know what I'm saying? Blue, I'm making that Brazil trip happen, by the way. But yeah, we turning up in Rio and Bahia, and we on that, or ain't no in the middle, or we really on some revolutionary shit, and I kiss my chick and tell her bye, because I need to go clandestine, because I'm not gonna, it ain't gonna, or you know what I'm saying? I gotta ship them out the country, because I'm about that action, nigga. There ain't no in between. That's why I don't play around with what these entertainers is talking about. Y'all bullshit, man. Y'all niggas is live streaming. Fuck out of here. And you got these people on dummy missions, just talking. Just talking. If you not about to commit violent acts, my nigga, through property or human life, you ain't, no one has to move or do shit for you whatsoever. And they're not going to. That's just how America goes. You know what I'm saying? What are you willing to do to get your point across? Niggas is still going to go to work every day. They're going to participate in the holidays. You're not putting no pressure on nobody.
Right. Shit right around the corner. You finna empty your pocketbooks out.
A conversation is not pressure. I'm not going.
Yeah, where's where's the conversation even taking place? All right, I mean, there's with the politicians, they running down and shit like that. I get 'em, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying though, you either do both. Like I'm not gonna sit up here in front like I'm rah-rah. What I'm saying is I'm not gonna play no games. Either I'm on the other side or straight capitalist side trying to make some fucking money. And you know, I read my books here and there, you know what I'm saying, have an opinion about some things, try to be as aware as possible, or I'm full-fledged about the movement, bro. And I know what comes with this. There's no retirement plan, B. There is no life insurance for a revolutionary. You know what that's hitting for. And that's the fate that I chose. That's the fate that Che chose. Do people even know how people talk about Fidel Castro? Do they know how he got in power? He got in power from a coup. He overthrew Batista. That's revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Hugo Chavez had to do to get in power? That's revolution, man. Do you know Cuba pointed nukes at the United States of America? That's revolution. Stop playing. Huey P. Newton was on death row. Stop playing. So ADOS is cool, but that's all it is cool. What are you willing to do? And unfortunately, just like all the other trainers, it just sound good. Sound good for niggas. It's good. It's cool. But unless you telling the niggas to clip up, yo, do your push-ups. It's on. Nigga, I'm going offline. See me when you see me. Fuck out of here. So like I said, so when you got faceless movements, who's the person, yo? What will your leader do if they get interrogated right now? Who's the ADOS person that's talking about this shit? I guarantee you, if they waterboard that motherfucker, he will give that up. What are you talking about, man? You playing games with y'all. They playing games with y'all. Cause ain't nobody getting locked up. That's why. You think Tekashi snitching? These niggas gonna drop a consciousness and this, that. Yeah, right. Never been handcuffed. Niggas gonna give that up quickly. Well, you ain't finna die for that. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I'm saying this is because if you have leaders that ain't finna die for that, and ain't finna get locked up for that, and ain't finna get interrogated and tortured for that, then you should go the other way and just live your life and grow. Be great. Leave this shit alone. Leave this shit alone. Cause I'm not following nobody that's not finna die for the principles, man. You finna not have me fuck my household up. Who gonna take care of my lady and my kid? What, for some games? This is games. It sound good? Cause ain't no pressure on you. Ain't no pistols getting put in nobody's mouth. Then you see how real this shit is. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So just it's all games. Fuck it. It's all games, bro. It's all games. And I feel sorry for the people because they want to believe in some shit so bad that they'll follow anything. They'll follow nameless movements. They'll follow leaders that won't die for the shit that they're talking about. They're following personalities that be entertaining. And I feel bad for the people. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what I sound like. I think for myself. I ain't tripping. But I feel bad for the people though, because they don't know what's what. They want to follow and believe in something so bad that they'll take anything anything, anything, and they'll look past the character of all these motherfuckers just for the sake of following some shit. That's fucked up, man. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. That's unfortunate.
You know,
It's unfortunate.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think hip hop as an institution, as an art form, is a direct reflection of who the people are and where the people are at these days. You know, and what people allow into their homes by way of entertainment is what they allow into their homes, period. What they allow into their consciousness is the shit that they allow into their homes. They keep telling me that the first home is your temple and the first temple is your body. You know,
Hmm.
this is where we at with it. Feel me?
Games.
Entertainment. Let's just say that, right? It's an entertainment driven culture. Like I said, when I wake up in the morning, Google is recommending news to me that's all entertainment based. They're not telling me that this country is about to go to war with Iran because Iran shot down, energy facilities in Saudi Arabia. They ain't telling me none of that shit. They ain't telling me what's going on in Syria. They ain't telling me what's going on in Iraq. They're not telling me what's going on in Iran. I don't know what the hell is still. I don't know what's going on in the Bahamas. I guess that story didn't trend enough for them to even follow it up. Is the Amazon still burning? Like none of this shit is news, right? If left up to the algorithms that would rather tell me that the lady that is the character that J Lo is playing in Hustler is not pleased with the movie, right? That's at the head of my news column referred by Google on the home page. So why do I have any reason to believe that something's going on in this country that requires my immediate attention, my nigga? Like, I can't find it. You feel me? I learned more news from DJ Vlad. Did not know.
How about that?
Oh man, you feel me? I learned more from fucking DJ Vlad than I do from major news agencies that's supposed to be keeping me abreast. Or even hip hop period is supposed to be telling me the other side of the story, right? For all of the detectives and bitch ass niggas that DJ Vlad may be, at least he provides a platform where you can hear about the other side of the story. Or you like, damn, y'all forgot to put that in the raps. I ain't hear that part. And he makes sure in every interview to put on record whether these black men have fathers in their home or not.
How about that?
How about that? And every story sound the same. Every single one.
So, man, and I know you feel the same, bro. I like to see black people live their life and grow, right? And I don't like to see people get sent on a dummy mission on either side. You either all in or all out, right? you either all in or you all out. I know these kids need they fathers, these kids need their mothers, the kids need all the attention. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, people on the dummy missions, you know what I'm saying? And like you just mentioned, Vlad, it's reflective of this Jewish dude interviewing black people. Everyone's on dummy missions. And the ones that aren't get the least views. Keefe D, We thought this whole time Tupac shit was some government conspiracy. Come to find out, he got killed by gangbangers. Ouch.
Nigga shit.
Damn. That wasn't special at all.
At all.
At all.
Super basic. Yeah.
You finding out about the dysfunction in the black community firsthand on this platform. It's consistent. It was all lied to. We've all been put on dummy missions. I'm against dummy missions. I don't give a fuck what it sounds like. I don't care if it's from the streets perspective or the so-called conscious perspective. These people are lying to you. No one is pushing you back into you. The best thing a person can give you right now is a mirror. There ain't no secrets. There ain't no movements. That shit is done. It's a mirror, man. Live your life and grow. Live your life and grow. You don't believe in ADOS, believe in yourself. Don't believe in a conscious community, believe in yourself. Don't believe the streets, believe in yourself. Live your life and grow. Live your life and grow. Do whatever you want to do. Because everyone's lying to you and they're going to have you on dummy missions and you're going to give up your best years for lies. Shit that don't mean anything. And guess what? I always say it ain't no community casket, yo. They going to put you on the ground and niggas going to keep on nigging. And Vlad's still going to keep doing interviews because guess what? Somebody going to get clapped right now. And it's going to be another story to tell and another Rollo. Somebody going to come talk about how they got weight and this, that, and the third. And it's going to get mad clicks and same shit over and over again.
Right. Yeah, that's a assembly line with a conveyor belt. As long as there's rappers, nigga, there's gonna be another nigga on Vlad telling on himself. Taking down all the interrogation. You know me?
It's crazy. That's crazy. It's sad. And it's so sad, bro. Because it's interesting because the people that came on Vlad was talking about, they was interested in chess or interested in science or is, like nerds, right? It wouldn't hit the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's something about Black horror that we like.
Love.
Right?
It's entertaining.
It's interesting. You're right. It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. You know what I mean? It's entertaining. There's nothing more attractive to Black people than Black blood, than Black death, than Black misery, than Black suffering. Right? What is the binding glue in both communities, above ground and underground, meaning conscious and unconscious, trauma and drama? Right? Prove me wrong.
Blue, are you gonna admit that Black people like to watch Black pain?
We were raised off of it. It's American as apple pie. We've been conditioned to be entertained by our own destruction, right? We find pleasure in our own pain.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What do they call that? Stockholm syndrome or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we that. Times 10. Because now we have a soundtrack for it. Right? So the shit has programmed every cell in our body. Resistance is futile. Because you bop into it. Right? You with the shits. You was raised on it in the womb as a baby. It was in your embryonic fluid. Bouncing, right? Because the bass is a main component of this music. So you was subwoofing in the belly. You was born into it. How you gonna reprogram that?
That's a good one. How can you reprogram that if you don't even know? Okay, let me ask you this. Give me your opinion on this. do the people know that they're attracted to pain? Do you believe consciously they know?
I don't. It's not a collective conversation to identify it as pain, right? Because niggas is busy medicating themselves to say I'm medicating myself because of the pain, right? So you medicating yourself because of the pain, but then you got the music on, or you on your timeline, or you got the TV on. So why you medicating yourself to mask the pain that you're not willing to deal with internally, right? You're consuming it at the same time. So you're in this constant loop. And then you're going to eat the food that was killed in painful situations. So the food got the pain in it too. Because they showing you how the food died. They showing you in the factories that the animals died under excruciating circumstances. And they released the pain into the food. So you eating the pain, listening to the pain, bathing in the pain. You feel me? You wallow in the pain. So it's like telling a garbage driver, somebody to work on a garbage truck that they like, damn, son, you need to go change out of your outfit. That shit smells. What you talking about? It's the same shit.
Okay. So we would see the behavior
Look.
more. Okay, go ahead.
It's to the point, right? Where a young lady was telling me the other day, she said, look, I get nervous in quiet places. I said, what you mean? When I came to Atlanta, the quietness bugged me out. I was so used to noise.
Interesting.
That when I got somewhere quiet, it got me scared. Like I was nervous. I was just discombobulated by the quietness. You feel me? That's like the pain. That shit is so much of who our people are. Right? They've created terms for it and everything, excuses for it. Oh, no, this shit is post-traumatic. And it carried over from generations. They created an entire culture around it. You understand? So what would niggas be without pain?
Interesting. Well, okay. I had to trick myself out of my pain. I had to psych myself out. That's how I begin to kind of put the pieces together in my life. I literally had to play mind games with myself. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't going to get on prescription pills, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't go the therapy route. So I had to trick myself out, bro. Like I heard Minister Jew one time.
Yes. Shout out to Minister Jew.
Shout out to Minister Jew talking about collapsing waves.
Yes.
Right. So that's what I began to do a few years back with the help of a few people, like start to look at my life from an aerial perspective and kind of move my way from it. Like, again, dealing with abstract thought, not taking an emotional approach by my life, about my relationship with my mom, relationship with my sisters, relationship with my father, the environment, my life, whatever, blackness, all that shit, to remove my emotions from it. You know what I'm saying? And to look at it from an observer. And I don't see myself as a victim. You know what I mean? So, and then I had to be honest about, yo, I like procrastination. I like fuck shit. I like nigga shit. I'm attracted to it. I like the arguing. I like the upside down shit. Right? Noticing this shit. You know what I mean? Like going back in my mind, looking at the little boy walking with his friends. I remember late night, bro. like 6 or 7 of us. We 17, 18, 19, 20. We in the Bronx, bro. We on Jerome Ave.
Whew.
Do you know what our mission is?
You going to cop
To find somebody to rob.
in the Bronx? Niggas bugging.
This is what we was doing on Jerome Avenue, like 12 at night.
Very familiar. Yeah.
That's what we were going to do.
Yeah, it's called a mission.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, why am I using my youth for that? Right? Then I gotta go to what caused that and diagnose myself. Like, nigga, you're fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, that takes a lot of self-reflection because
That's the only way we gonna. That's knowledge of self, though. Knowledge of self is not the community.
right.
Knowledge of self, and you got to do that ugly ass work, though.
It's personal. Yeah.
You have
It's
to. You
you
have to do the
yourself.
ugly work. Hmm. You know, I love the nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I love the lyrics. I love when Prodigy said, "I'm about to get on some high school shit and start punching niggas in the face again." I love that shit. I love Keep It Thorough when Prodigy said, "I throw a TV at you crazy."
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So for the children that grew up on murder music, because you just identifying a conversation, that was so common in people's minds for so long because, like I said, once again, this was all they was consuming. You know what I mean? And the pleasure that comes out of that,
Mm,
how do you reverse that? And what do you replace it with?
mm. I think that's the scary thing is because you don't know, right? And I think you got to replace the history with the mystery. The history is like a lot of the things we was doing was based on other people's story, Blue. You know what I mean? The things I was going through had really nothing to do with me. It was my mom's life playing out, and I just happened to be an actor in her movie, but it wasn't personal, right? So all the things that she lacked, and me used to being angry at her, me looking at her sideways, thinking she black girl lost, that was a bad way to look at it. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was looking at. That was her life, and she had a right to crash out. She had a right to do whatever she wanted, and it's not personal. I just happened to be uh, one of the participants. I'm playing out in her movie, but that's the history. That has my mom was here before me. That has nothing to do with the mystery. The mystery is my story. So when we are correcting, and it's an individual thing. It's not you want to change the community, that each individual must change themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it like that. You ever peep an ant colony, my nigga? How each one of them go on a dolo mission and come back with some shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Each one of them go on a solo mission and come back with stuff. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not a community thing. It's a solo thing, right? And the solo thing is just owning it and replacing the history. See, we deal with a lot of history. Oh, school to prison pipeline. Oh, I can't take none of that shit with me. Oh, Jim Crow, I can't take it with me. Oh, the diaspora, I can't take it with me. Everything that happens on Earth, that's Earth shit. That's technically not my story, if you understand what I'm saying, Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I was born and everyone is telling me this is what happened here, right? But dealing with metaphysics, we know our life didn't start here. This is just us continuing to keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So the mystery, bro. The mystery is where a nigga got to start. Like, you know what? I got to put this shit down for a second so I can really tap into the mystery. And it's uncertain. It's ugly. You don't know what it looks like because now you're dealing with a whole new identity. Now what? Now what? And it's ugly at first. It's like the stage between
Oh,
dreads. And
dreads. Yeah.
yeah, nigga. Where it don't matter if your shape up is right or not, nigga.
Right.
Your shit is just not right.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it's that part, yo. It's a scary thing, yo. And anybody that ever did the work on themselves, they know that shit. You know what I mean? You know what it looked like, Blue, stepping off the scene and trying to figure it out on your own and being
Mm.
your own author. Yo, I recommend a book to everybody. I just finished it. It was recommended to me. It's a short book too. And no, it's a book for those that are independent thinkers. It's a book by Ayn Rand called Anthem. It's a classic.
By who?
Ayn Rand. If you ever used to listen to Star back in the day, he used to talk about Ayn Rand. She's a woman, was a woman, the creator of the philosophy of objectivism.
Ayn Rand.
I,
AYN.
yeah, Ayn Rand. The book is called Anthem. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
totally. Check that book out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it'll help you get to the mystery. You know what I mean? I like her ideals. You know what I mean? I think she's dope. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? But that'll be the reason why people can't get to the mystery because they stuck on this concept of we. Everything is about we, and there's so much slavery in that shit. Totally.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't I don't care if she's a racist. I listen to racist rap niggas all day telling me black women ain't shit. So if I can listen to rap niggas telling me bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, then I can definitely listen to Ayn Rand.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna check it out. Anthem.
Anthem, yeah. It's like 80 pages though. It's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. I'm gonna run through it. Um, for the people that are listening, if you are in the tri-state New York area, September 22nd, which is this Sunday, we will be at Nicholas Brooklyn. That's on Fulton Street, Fulton Avenue. Matter of fact, Brooklyn, New York. We are doing a tribute to King Simon presents a tribute to Dr. Delbert Blair. All right.
Shout out.
Yes, the
Doc.
OG, the homie. All right. He's getting his much deserved tribute. Um, this is going to be, I think it's starting at 4, Sunday, September 22nd. Special invited guests, Red and Blue Pill, Sister Cafunia, Raz Ben is gonna be there.
Rise Band.
Yeah. Shout out to the legend, the Earth Keeper, Hank Rising son, King Simon, Joel Benjamin as well. All right. That's going to be September 22nd, Brooklyn, New York. October 19th, we're going to be in DC. There's been a venue change, so please stay tuned for us updating you on where we're going to be at on October 19th in DC. It's going to be a shifter reunion. All of the shifters will be in the building. From October 3rd to 7th, we're going to be in the UK. I don't have the full itinerary in front of me, but all of that information will be posted. And we have an announcement coming up as well about our birthday. That should be in a day or two. All right. So all of that cool stuff is taking place and it's taking precedent. So if you're in the building, if you're in the tri-state, definitely come through. I'm gonna have that gold water in the building.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. All right. You got anything you want to leave them with?
Oh man, kenbillions.com, exclusive content, I'm
Right.
membership based, man. I don't promote no social media pages. I'm in the vertical integration business. So
Talk it
Ken,
up though. We got some new viewers and listeners. So, tell
okay,
them what
well,
that's about.
the way kenbillions.com work is So for example, you sign up for the monthly membership, it's $24.99, but upon signing up, what do you get? You get my last 4 ebooks. I got an ebook called The Whole Rules for the girls playing that game. It's a game about, how to break these niggas' pockets if you playing that game. Got another one called Ladies Night, another one called 10 Steps to Maximum Self-Confidence, and another one called Dealings Over Feelings. So Dealings Over Feelings Part 2 will be out brief soon. And so that'll be 5 ebooks. Then you get my last 2 albums, solo, Strictly for My Niggas Part 2, then No Squares Allowed. Then you get all my video content. You know what I'm saying? It's over 20 some videos that's not on the internet on there. So you get a whole package deal. So, but all the things that I create on there is exclusive. You know what I mean? And yo, I don't want everybody, just niggas up with me. You know what I mean? I'm not everybody cup of tea. So I believe in giving equity for the user. You know what I mean? I said this before, I say it again. A lot of times we spend our paper, we spend something on for, people that we support, but there's no equity in it because everybody got access to it. Like Nas is my favorite rapper, and I got Illmatic album, but it ain't worth nothing because 10 million other people got it too. But if I was one of 10,000 people that had Illmatic, what that allows me to do is like a Michael Jordan rookie card. Now I have equity in it. So the relationship is profitable for both ends. He make money, and now he gave me the opportunity to be in the long game of value, because this shit is a stock that's increasing. Because as he keeps growing, that album is worth something, but it's not worth nothing, because with hip hop or with anything or music, it's too much of it. If it's too much of it, it doesn't have worth. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm promoting my shit, I know everybody ain't gonna sign up, but I don't want them to sign up. I only want a few thousand. You know what I mean? And what that allows me to accomplish my end goal too. My end goal is to have valuable content spread out through the world, but not a lot of it. So that increases my mythos. So just FYE to people that are creators, take time with the things you create. Don't create a lot of it. Put value in it. You know what I'm saying? So it has worth. You know what I mean? Don't create a lot of it for a lot of people. Don't make the mistake of being for everybody. There's no value in that. You know what I'm saying? So KenBillions.com. Yeah, Ken Billions. You already know.
Yes, indeed, family. All right. So we're gonna thank you for joining us this Friday evening, this impromptu broadcast that we put together. All right. Fellowship Friday. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're gonna be back at it. God willing, this Tuesday with Tough Talk Tuesday. You dig what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, if you're in the city, hopefully you come through this Sunday and catch us when we in town. And Cash App $ Blue Pillar 44. Other than that, yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with peace, love, and light.
Peace, yo.
All right. Till next time. Peace.